Let's start. Anshika.
Yes, ma'am.
वीडियो ऑन कर लो.
मैम या तो वीडियो ऑन होगा या तो
हाँ
शेयरिंग होगी
हाँ
कि
नहीं,
दोनों.
दोनों हो जाता है. दोनों चीज चल रहा है. साइड में दिख रहा है हमको तुम लोग. चलो स्टार्ट करो.
ठीक है. Lipids. Hello, my name is Anshika Srivastav, or my topic is lipids. Lipids are molecules made up of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, but with a little amount of oxygen. They are water insoluble molecule, but are soluble in certain organic solvents such as ether, acetone, chloroform, etc. Uh, Lipids are also, some scientists say that lipids are hydrophobic compounds. Because of this hydrophobic nature, they form certain structures such as vesicles and membranes. Lipids are divided into three subgroups: simple lipids, compound lipids, and derived lipids. Simple lipids are divided into further groups: neutral fats and waxes. Neutral fats are the esters of alcohol and of glycerol and fatty acids. Um, um, Fatty acids are a unbranched chain of carbon which contains carboxylic group attached with R group. Example: stearic acid and palmitic acid. Stearic acid contains 18 carbons and palmitic acid contains 16 carbons. If one fatty acid molecule is attached with glycerol, it is known as monoglyceride. If two fatty acid molecules are attached with glycerol, it is known as triglyceride. And ऐसे ही अगर तीन molecules attached हैं fatty acid के तो उनको triglyceride कहते हैं. Triglyceride may be called as fats or oils. Fats और oils में हम melting point के basis पे differ करेंगे. अगर रूम टेम्परेचर पे हमारा फैटी एसिड सॉलिड फॉर्म में है तो हम उन्हें फैट्स बोलेंगे, और अगर लिक्विड फॉर्म में है तो हम उन्हें ऑयल्स बोलेंगे. फैटी एसिड्स दो टाइप के होते हैं: अनसैचुरेटेड फैटी एसिड और सैचुरेटेड फैटी एसिड्स. सैचुरेटेड फैटी एसिड्स में केवल सिंगल बॉन्ड होती है हाइड्रोकार्बन चेन में. एग्जाम्पल पाल्मेटिक एसिड. और अनसैचुरेटेड फैटी एसिड में डबल बॉन्ड होते हैं कार्बन चेन में, जिस एग्जाम्पल है ओलिक एसिड और आर्किडोनिक एसिड. ठीक है. फिर कंपाउंड लिपिड्स, नहीं सॉरी, वैक्सेस. In waxes there are fatty acids attached with alcohol, but इसमें अल्कोहल का जो मॉलिक्यूलर वेट होता है वो ज्यादा होता है. एग्जाम्पल है बी वैक्स और लैनोलिन. जो ये वैक्स है वो प्रोटेक्शन में काम आता है. ये वाटर इनसॉल्युबल कोटिंग फॉर्म करता है प्लांट्स और एनिमल्स में, स्किन और हेयर पे, और प्लांट्स में लीव्स और फ्रूट्स, स्टेम्स वगैरह पे. फिर बैक्टीरिया दैट कॉज ट्यूबरकुलोसिस और लेप्रोसी, दे प्रोड्यूस वैक्स डी मॉलिक्यूल, जो हमारा पैथोजेनिसिटी कॉज करता है बैक्टीरिया में. मैम दूसरी फोटो अगर शेयर करनी होगी तो वो ये हटा के
बिल्कुल
होगी.
बिल्कुल. हाँ, इसको आगे सेकंड कर दो.
वो 4 टाइप के होते हैं: फॉस्फोलिपिड, ग्लाइकोलिपिड, लिपोप्रोटीन एंड क्रोमोलिपिड्स. तो जो फॉस्फोलिपिड्स होते हैं उसमें जो हमारा जो ग्लिसरॉल या कोई और अल्कोहल रहता है वो तीन चीज़ों से अटैच रहता है. पहला तो एक फॉस्फेट ग्रुप जो कि एक OH ग्रुप से अटैच रहेगा. दूसरा दो फैटी एसिड मॉलिक्यूल्स होते हैं जो दो OH ग्रुप से अटैच होंगे. और तीसरा एक नाइट्रोजन कंटेनिंग कंपाउंड होता है, कोलिन, वो रहता है. और इसका एग्जाम्पल है लेसिथिन. ग्लाइकोलिपिड्स में क्या होता है: फैटी एसिड्स और स्फिंजोसिन, और एक शुगर होता है जो कि गैलेक्टोज होता है. हाँ. और लिपोप्रोटीन्स में लिपिड्स और प्रोटीन्स होते हैं. इसका एग्जाम्पल है क्रोमोलिपिड्स में पिगमेंट्स होते हैं कैरोटेनॉइड्स, जो कि प्रेजेंट होता है कैरोटीन और विटामिन ए में. अब जो लास्ट है हमारा वो है डिराइव्ड लिपिड्स. तो डिराइव्ड लिपिड्स में मतलब ये एग्जैक्टली फैटी एसिड्स नहीं होते हैं, बट दे बिहेव लाइक फैट्स. दे कंटेन फैट लाइक प्रॉपर्टीज. इसका एक बेसिक एग्जाम्पल है कोलेस्ट्रॉल, जो कि हमारे एनिमल में पाए जाते हैं अबंडेंट अमाउंट में. वैसे हम लोग ने पढ़ा है कि फैटी एसिड स्ट्रेट चेन्स में होते हैं, लेकिन डिराइव्ड लिपिड्स में ये 4 फ्यूज्ड कार्बन रिंग्स फॉर्म में होते हैं. और इसका एक और एग्जाम्पल है प्रोस्टाग्लैंडिन्स, जो कि सेल्स के बीच में मैसेज पहुंचाने में काम आता है. यस मैम, इतना ही.
वेरी गुड अंशिका, अच्छा तैयार किया है. नाउ निधि, I would like to call Nidhi.
Classification of amino acid. मैम स्लाइड आ रही है उस पे?
जी जी आ रही है बेटा. अपना वीडियो तो ऑन करो, वीडियो भी ऑन करो तो पढ़े. हाँ ठीक, बोलो.
My topic is classification of amino acid. Amino acids are the building block of proteins, and it is the structural unit of protein. This is the structure of amino acid. It contains carboxylic group, amino group, and side chain R group joined with a common carbon known as alpha carbon. On the basis of this side chain, we had classified amino group into following categories. We will talk about this now. And one exception is amino group, which is NH. When it is NH, then it is proline. This is the classification. Need for classification. So first is on the basis of R group. On the basis of side chain of R group, it is further divided into 8 groups. First one is simple amino acid, in which there is no functional group in their side chain. Examples are glycine, valine, adenine, leucine, lysine, isoleucine. This is a structure. Alanine, valine, leucine, isoleucine, as you can see in the structures. And second is hydroxy amino acid. These have a hydroxyl group in their side chain. Example, serine and thurine. And after this, sulfur. Third one is sulfur containing amino acid, which have sulfur in their side chain. Example, cysteine, methionine. And aromatic amino acid have benzene ring in their side chain. Example, phenylalanine and triosine. And heterocyclic amino acid, these have a cyclic ring which possesses at least one atom other than carbon. Example are tryptophan, histidine, proline. These are the structures: phenylalanine, tyrosine, tryptophan. And acidic amino acid have carboxylic group in their side chain. Aspartic and glutamic acid are the examples. And after this, basic amino acid contain amino group in their side chain. Leucine and arginine are the examples. Amino acids, amino acid containing a secondary amino group in their side chain. Examples are proline, as we had seen in this structure. Exceptions. Amino group containing amino acid, these are the derivative of amino acid in which one carboxylic group has been transferred into amino group. Examples are asparagine and glutamine. These are the structures of basic amino acid: lysine, arginine, histidine. And this is the structure of acidic amino acid: aspartate, glutamate. After this, second classification on the basis of polarity of side chain of R group. So in this there is tendency to interact with H2O molecule at biological pH 7. So we had on the basis of polarity, we had classified it into 4 groups. First one is amino acid with non-polar R group. In this category, amino acids are the hydrocarbon in nature, and these are hydrophobic. As it is non-polar, so it is hydrophobic, and it is further classified into aliphatic group and amino group in their side chain. So aliphatic examples are alanine, valine, leucine, isoleucine, proline, which cluster together to form protein, which to form foldings of protein, which is required for the stability. After this, and aromatic phenylalanine, tryptophan, these are the examples. These are structures of aliphatic: glycine, alanine, proline, valine, leucine, isoleucine. Okay. So, and the second is amino acid with polar but uncharged or neutral. Polar, these are hydrophilic. Uh, hydrophilic, and these are soluble in water, and polarity of serine, it also contains hydrogen bond, as it is soluble in water and it contains hydrogen bonding, and polarity of serine and threonine is due to OH bond, while that of asparagine and glutamine is due to NH group. And these are the examples: glycine, serine, threonine, cysteine, triosine, glutamine. And we had seen neutral, now negatively charged. These are of three types: neutral, negatively charged, and positively charged. Now it is negatively charged. Negatively charged are basic or all acidic amino acids. Negatively charged are negatively charged are these are examples: aspartic and glutamic. And these are positively charged it is also known as basic amino acids, and it acts as proton acceptor and proton donor. And histidine has a imidazole group, due to which it has positive charge. And examples are lysine. So, and here the structure of polar amine: polar, non-charged, uncharged, serine, threonine, cysteine, asparagine, glutamine, methionine. These are the structures. This is the table of classification of this polarity with examples. Now, the third classification is on the basis of amino and carboxylic group. First is it is of three types. First one is monoamino monocarboxylic acid, in which one carboxylic group and one NH2 group. And it is also called neutral amino acids. These are the examples: glycine, aniline. We had already seen its structures in the previous slides. And this is diamino monocarboxylic amino acids. These are the examples: lysine, arginine, histidine, and its structures. And the third one is monoamino dicarboxylic amino acids. Examples are aspartic acid and glutamic acid. And another classification is based on the nutritional requirement: essential amino acid. These are not the essential amino acid cannot be made in our body. It need to be taken from outside as a food. Examples are arginine, histidine, isoleucine, etc. And the second one is non-essential amino acid. It is synthesized in our body, and these are the examples: asparagine, aspartic acid, cysteine, etc. And here it is clearly mentioned: non-essential synthesized in our body, and essentials we are taking it is as food, in the form of food. These are the basic functions of amino acid. variety of role in metabolism, building block of protein, forming parts of coenzyme as precursor for the biosynthesis of molecule as a heme.
वेरी गुड निधि, बहुत अच्छी स्लाइड्स बनाई तुमने, बहुत अच्छा प्रेजेंटेशन दिया, और इसको और अच्छे से तैयार करो, ठीक है। अब हाँ बताओ श्रेया, चलो स्टार्ट करो। जी वेलकम श्रेया, स्टार्ट, लेट्स स्टार्ट। श्रेया वीडियो ऑन करिए।
My topic is amino acid. Amino acids are the building blocks of proteins, or in other words, we can say that the amino acids are the derivatives of carboxylic acid, in which at atom in alpha chain is replaced by amino group. As we can see in formula, C is alpha carbon, and on other side there is carboxylic group, and on other side there is a R group or H group, or in lower side there is NH2 group. Or we can say that the amino acids are the nitrogenous compounds which have both acidic and basic carboxylic group. So we can talk about R group. R group for the side chain that are different amino acids, और जो amino acids structure होते हैं उनको हम लोग alpha amino acids भी बोलते हैं। और जो H एटम होता है एसिटिक एसिड का, वो रिप्लेस्ड हो जाता है NH2 ग्रुप से, और ये फॉर्म करता है अमीनो एसिटिक एसिड। और इसका हम लोग रिएक्शन हम लोग देख सकते हैं नीचे। और फिर ये है कि अमीनो एसिड जो होते हैं वो ऑप्टिकली एक्टिव होते हैं, जिनके पास अमीनो ग्रुप जो होता है वो राइट साइड जब लगा होता है तो वो डी फॉर्म में होते हैं, और जब NH2 ग्रुप लेफ्ट साइड को लगा होता है तो वो एल फॉर्म होते हैं। नाउ वी विल टॉक अबाउट क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ अमीनो एसिड्स। अमीनो एसिड्स are divided into three parts on the basis of the composition of side chain or R group. Second is on the basis of the number of amino carboxylic group, and the third is on the basis of polarity of side chain or R group. Now, on the basis of composition of side chain or R group, it is further classified into 8 groups. First one is simple amino acid, hydroxy amino acids, acidic amino acids, amine, sulfur contained amino acids, basic amino acids, heterocyclic amino acids, and aromatic amino acids. Simple amino acids are those which have no functional group on a side chain. And इसका example है glycine, aniline. ओके मैम। तो मैम दिख रहा है आपको?
हाँ बिल्कुल बिल्कुल, दिखाई भी पड़ रहा है।
तब ठीक है। सिंपल अमीनो एसिड्स के एग्जांपल हैं ग्लाइसिन, एनालिन, वेलिन, ल्यूसीन एंड आइसोल्यूसिन, एंड ये हैं इसके स्ट्रक्चर्स। एंड द सेकंड वन इज हाइड्रोक्सी अमीनो एसिड्स। हाइड्रोक्सी अमीनो एसिड्स वो होते हैं जो OH ग्रुप कंटेन करते हैं साइड चेन में। इसका एग्जांपल है सेरीन and threonine, as we seen in structures. Then third one is acidic amino acid. Acidic amino acids. Acidic amino acids वो होते हैं जिनके साइड चेन में COOH ग्रुप लगा होता है। इसका एग्जांपल है एस्पार्टिक एसिड और ग्लूटामिक एसिड। And here is your structures. The fourth one is,
बेटा स्ट्रक्चर शो नहीं हो रहा है आपका।
fourth one is amino
acid।
मैम नहीं हुए?
नहीं, बस बात।
फोर्थ वन इज अमीनो एसिड अमाइड। ये डेरिवेटिव्स होते हैं एसिटिक अमीनो एसिड के, जिसका कार्बोक्सिलिक ग्रुप ट्रांसफर हो जाता है अमीनो ग्रुप से। इसका एग्जांपल है एस्पार्जिन और ग्लूटामिन। फिर आते हैं फिफ्थ वन इज बेसिक अमीनो एसिड्स। बेसिक अमीनो एसिड्स वो होते हैं जिनकी साइड चेन में अमीनो ग्रुप प्रेजेंट होता है। इसका एग्जांपल है लाइसिन एंड आर्जिनिन। फिर आता है सल्फर कंटेन अमीनो एसिड। सल्फर कंटेन अमीनो एसिड्स वो होते हैं जिनके साइड चेन में सल्फर ग्रुप लगा होता है। इसका एग्जांपल है मिथियोनिन और सिस्टीन। और फिर आता है हेट्रोसाइक्लिक अमीनो एसिड। हेट्रोसाइक्लिक अमीनो एसिड्स वो अमीनो एसिड्स होते हैं जिनकी साइड चेन में रिंग होती है और एटलीस्ट 1 कार्बन एटम होता है। इसका एग्जांपल है ट्रिप्टोफैन, हिस्टिडीन एंड प्रोलीन। And the last one is aromatic amino acids. Aromatic amino acids are those amino acids which have benzene ring on its side chain. And its the example है phenylalanine and triosine. Now the second group is on the basis of the number of amino carboxylic group. It is further divided into 3 parts: mono amino carboxylic group, mono amino dicarboxylic group, dicarboxylic mono amino acids. And first one is mono amino monocarboxylic acid. इसमें 1 अमीनो ग्रुप होता है और एक कार्बोक्सिलिक ग्रुप प्रेजेंट होता है। इसका एग्जांपल है ग्लाइसिन, एनालिन, वेलिन एंड ल्यूसीन। And the third one is mono amino dicarboxylic acid. It has 1 amino group and 2 carboxylic group present. इसका एग्जांपल है aspartic acid and glutamic acid. Now the third one is dicarboxylic monoamino acid. It has 2 carboxylic acid and 1 amino group. इसका एग्जांपल है lysine, arginine and histidine. Now the third one is on the basis of polarity of side chain and R group. It is further divided into 4 parts: amino acid with non-polar R group, amino acid with polar uncharged group, amino acid with negatively charged group, and amino acid with positively charged group. Now the first one is amino acid with non-polar R group. It has a category of amino acids. These are the hydrocarbons. These are the hydrocarbons in nature or hydrophobic in nature. And its example is aniline, vanillin, leucine, isoleucine, and proline. And the second one is amino acid with polar uncharged R group. These have the R group of the amino acids and are more soluble in H2O. That is they are more hydrophilic in nature and non-polar amino acids because they contain functional group and it is divided into 7 amino acids that are glycine, serine, threonine, triosine, cysteine, asparagine and glutamine. Now the third one is amino acid with negatively charged R group. These are the mono amino dicarboxylic acid, or in other words we can say that it contains extra carboxylic group with dissociation of proton. That is the negatively the additional negative charge group is present. इसका एग्जाम्पल है aspartic acid and glutamic acid. Now the fourth one is amino acid with positively R group. These are the diamino monocarboxylic acid, or in other words we can say that in side chain they contain extra amino group with that imparts the basic properties for them. इसका एग्जाम्पल है lysine, histidine and arginine. मैम बस
चलो
Yes, ma'am.
चलिए आयुषी
Ma'am, share screen.
Myself, Ayusha Agarwal. My topic is carbohydrate. Introduction of carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are the organic compound containing carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen with the general formula CH2O ka whole n, where n will be the Na integer. The simple members of the carbohydrates are often referred to as saccharides because of their sweet taste. Latin saccharine means sugars. They are produced in green parts of plant by photosynthesis. Some carbohydrates are soluble in water while others are insoluble in water. Definition of carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are now defined as optically active polyhydroxyaldehyde or polyhydroxyketone, or the compounds which gives these on hydrolysis. Example है, glucose is a polyhydroxyaldehyde and fructose is a polyhydroxyketone. मैम इसके बाद मैम बैक करके फिर first is monosaccharides. Monosaccharides is a simple sugars because they contain a single sugar unit. Oligosaccharides example है glyceraldehyde and dihydroxyacetone. फिर oligosaccharides. These are the carbohydrates on hydrolysis give 2 to 10 molecules on monosaccharides. These are called oligosaccharides. Oligosaccharides contains 2 monosaccharide units. Is called disaccharides. In some important disaccharides are sugar, maltose, lactose. Polysaccharides. These are the largest and complex carbohydrates, which are the long chain of many monosaccharides. Monosaccharides are joined together to form the glycosidic bonds. Polysaccharides yields more than 10 molecules of monosaccharides on hydrolysis. For example, insulin, starch, glycogen, cellulose, etc.
फिर शेयर करनी है और तो फिर वैसे ही करो, फिर वैसे ही करो जैसे भी करा था.
Yes, minute. Carbon atom, for example, glass. Next, we share. Ma'am, oligosaccharides. Chemistry of oligosaccharides. This group is composed of disaccharide, trisaccharide, tetrasaccharide, etc.